Let's see, how tall was William Daniels? Yeah, 5'7".
Yeah.
But
Okay, so he's
honestly,
never very tall.
Mr. Feeny, big dick energy. Let's be real, right? Just laying the pipe.
This is Flip Phone Confessional, where drama flipped harder than my Motorola. I said I'd lay in a text, got left on red. Now I'm scream singing Fall Out Boy in my bed. We're spilling secrets from the T9 days, crushing on skaters in able ways. You grab your chain wallet and your blacked out pen. We're dialing back to when life made no sense. Time to confess.
What's up, everybody?
Yo, yo.
Welcome back to Flip Phone Confessional. I'm Justin.
I am Brandon.
It's nice to be back. We've missed you. We've missed you guys. How's the year been for everyone? How's the year been for you, Brandon?
Honestly, I've been having a great year.
You sound so shocked by that.
No, well, I mean, I think this time last year I was like not having a great year, and not every year starts off great, but I don't know, like life is really good. My body feels good, my mind's good, spiritually good, and everything's sound, at least in the micro, right? Let's take it to something political right away.
What's
But in
crazy?
the macro of the world is like falling apart, yada yada yada. As you mentioned before, AI is the new Jurassic Park. But
Yeah, that's right.
in this house, there's no AI velociraptors,
Yet.
in the
Yes.
kitchen yet. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I was at the dentist and I just had to sign something and it asked for the date. And I put in 4/1 and I was like, it's already April. Like didn't we just celebrate New Year's? And I guess that's just a thing of getting older. Like the older you get, time flies faster. It feels for me personally anyway, but I
No,
just can't believe
totally.
we're already in April.
Well, like when did we go on the cruise? Was that January?
That was January.
That was 3 months ago? That's
January.
Wild. You're about to have a kid.
I know. Number 2, baby.
How are you feeling? How's
I'm
your
excited.
going?
I'm excited. It's gonna be another boy. It's gonna be a boy house, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm just so stoked.
What do you mean going to be? It's already a boy house.
Yeah, I know. It's just, Easton has gotten so into fishing, and I love fishing, so it's so cool seeing him evolve. And it's just like I'm gonna have another little fishing buddy. Like it's just gonna go from 2 to 3, and I can't wait.
So, are you going to program your newest son to fish as well, or are you going to go
there will be YouTube videos playing deep sea fishing as his lullaby.
Well, I guess what I'm saying
night.
is like, are you going to like diversify the portfolio? Like, are you going to go, with like the same, or is this one like not going to be a fisherman, as much, but he's going to be, a football player or whatever?
No, I assume my kids will not have any athletic ability like their father. I take that back. I was the 2 sports I was really good at was actually soccer and baseball. Like really good. I was really good at baseball.
So what are you talking about?
Well, we'll see. I actually, my undiscovered talent I found much later on in life is I'm really good at tennis. Like shockingly good at tennis. And that was not a talent I thought I had in like the repertoire, but I love tennis. So I would like to get one of them into that, or golf, just because the scholarships for golf and tennis are insane. Especially like if you're a parent and you have a daughter, golf scholarships for girls, they give them away like candy. Like it's crazy. The amount of times I've traveled and seen like collegiate girls golf teams, and they have full ride scholarships for like D2 and T3 schools. But who cares? It's free education to play a sport where you're going to be in warm places outside all the time. That sounds amazing.
Are you a golfer?
Oh, dude, I'm terrible. I'm so awful.
I was going to say, like, if you're good at baseball and you're good at tennis, so it sounds like you have decent hand-eye coordination.
It's not the court. It's not the hitting of the golf ball. It's hitting of the golf ball straight is my biggest problem. Like,
yeah, it's hard for you to. It's hard for you to be straight.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's a lot of bending there. It's curved. Let's just say it's curved.
We all know.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about, if you didn't see this week, Bill Daniels turning 99. And Bill Daniels, you'll probably know him better as Mr. Feeny from Boy Meets World. And we just want to break down some of like influential moments of the impact he had on 90s kids, on me personally, on Brandon, and just more about, his, I guess, philosophy on teaching, being a role model, and just where he's progressed so far. It's crazy. He's still doing tours for like Comic Cons at 99 years old, which is
So crazy.
insane. Like
Yeah.
he's that like not only is he 99, but he's like cognitively there. Like he's not a vegetable or bedridden. He's just like he's out and about, which is so cool. Like if you're gonna live to 99, that would be the way to do it, right?
Have you met him?
Yes, I did meet him
Oh,
once,
cool. Sick.
and he was I think tired. He was not in the best mood when I met him. He was like I was getting some filming done at the first
Yeah.
90s con, and he was
Yeah.
there with his wife Bonnie, and
Yeah.
yeah, he was like unamused by me, like, and I was like, "It's okay.
Yeah,
You're
I
like
think you've earned that.
97. Yeah,
Correct.
you owe me nothing."
Dude,
Um,
I'm tired and grumpy today, and I'm not even
facts.
half his age. Yeah.
And then we're also got a new segment called This or that we're gonna mess around with today. See if you guys enjoy it. I think it'll be fun. But before we get into, Bill Daniels and his life, did you see anything about the new moon launch that we had this week? Artemis
Um
2.
so I have no idea what you're talking about. I guess I saw a little bit of a footage of a rocket and I was
Okay.
like I was like womp womp, but yeah. What's going on?
I think we launched it's not 4 or 5 people, and we're going to the moon. We haven't been to the moon since like the 70s.
Shout out to
Uh,
Kubrick.
yeah. And supposedly this is like to map out a lunar base. Like we are going to try and build a base on the moon, which seems absurd when we got so many problems here on Earth that we should be figuring out.
No.
Yeah. Wait, our government spends money poorly? What?
Yeah.
That's
No,
weird.
never heard of it.
So I think that's pretty cool. I'll be very interested to see what the footage looks like. It's funny. There's a lot of different, so we could get into conspiracy theories real quick before Bill Daniels, but my friend John the Dad, he's a content creator. He does a lot of dad skits. He posted a picture from the Artemis 2, and he's like, well, so much for that, flat earthers. It's going viral, and there are people bickering about if the earth is flat or not. That is just, I don't know if that doesn't sum up the way of the world of intelligence in 2026, but we are
I
still
know.
having arguments if the world is round or not. Does that surprise you?
Does that surprise me if the people still think the world is flat? No, because I think that we have a void in the collective like consciousness and collective culture for why we're here, what we're doing
Mm.
here, and what is our importance on this earth in this timeline. And so and don't get me wrong, I feel this sometimes too, where I think some people just have a predisposition to some degree to being contrarian, and
Mm.
like, oh, how do I carve out, how do I carve out some niche corner of the universe? Maybe I'll just buy a bunch of things from 1994 and decorate my room in that, or maybe also I'm gonna just like try to disprove kind of all of science and
Yeah.
even provable science. Which hey, whatever, man. Like live your life, I guess. Die on your flat hill. Um, seems pretty
I think
dumb to
that's
me,
called
but hey,
isn't
whatever.
that called a mesa tabletop? That would be, I think, what that is.
Right.
I love debating, so I'll just take a contrarian position just straight for the love of the game. I
Shocker.
just,
Yeah, right.
it's not like I honestly believe it, but I'll just argue it just if I'm bored. I'm like, oh, you believe this? Here, let me pick a fight with you just to kind of rattle you a little bit. No, it's absurd. Shout out Kyrie Irving. I think he's one of those people.
Dude, Kyrie, incredible handle.
Yeah, it's wild. Serious question. Do you think we went to the moon back in the day?
I do. I tend to believe that. I mean, um, I know the conspiracy theories with Stanley Kubrick helping us, on a soundstage and film and the whole nine.
And them like bouncing upwards like this, like at an angle.
I guess I honestly tend to not really care about that one. Um, so I guess I haven't, yeah, taken a deep dive in that. Do you believe that we landed on the moon?
So I'm kind of like in the middle. I'm with you at this point. Who cares? Like if it was a
Yeah,
lie, why would we hide it anymore? Why wouldn't you just say, actually, we faked it. We did it to piss off Russia. At this point, like I mean, it's same with aliens. Like, do you see like we're having congressional hearings about aliens all the time? We don't
dude.
care. Like
Yeah,
we've had like literal government breakdowns where naval experts are like, no, these are UFOs. No human technology has this, and we're arguing over like labubus. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. At this point, if it's real, cool. If it didn't happen, like whatever, doesn't affect me. I'm just kind of I could see it being fake and I could see it being true. But honestly, I just don't care.
yeah. I think with that one, it's the conspiracy and the cover up of that needs to be so pervasive. Like, yet again, within our own government, but across government agencies into other countries. Of course, there are whistleblowers and people who are like, "No, we didn't do it," but none of the phone calls are coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Whereas with like every other conspiracy, there's like, "Hey, there's people who are like, yeah, no, this I call BS." They were like part of the administration or whatever. Now maybe we were so entrenched in the Cold War and so concerned about, yeah, like our standing of capitalism versus
Yeah.
communism that like we were truly a united effort to make the lie believable. Um, but even the fact that we're going back now, right?
hmm
Like there's I don't think that we would be going back, and hopefully this is a very successful mission, and hopefully they're like, oh hey, look, here's that other trash that we left here like 50 years
Yeah.
ago.
Okay.
You
But
know?
here's the problem. Here's the
Okay,
problem.
okay,
Like
okay, okay.
we were just talking about, like AI is so advanced. It's like you could take a clear recording and add stuff to it, and you will have no idea. Like, there will always be an argument. Even let's just say now we get to the moon. Let's say this
Yeah,
time we're actually on the moon. Like, I've shown you videos where I can input something into an AI prompt of like a video or a picture, and you can't tell that that was
I
there
know.
or not. Like, so even there will always be someone saying, like, oh no, that's AI. Like, no matter what, unless you're physically on the moon and you physically go see that stuff, I don't think we'll ever be like 100-0 on anything. It not from now on because of AI. Like, it's just that is what it is.
Okay, now we're fully on a fucking side tangent. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
made me think of like, all right, when you're in court, right? For
yeah,
however many years now, it's been like, okay, if you have audio or visual evidence corroborating your story, then
yeah.
that is going to back you up. It's going to keep either you out of jail or put somebody else into jail. And I just don't know where you go with that now. I mean, I don't know. I am not a computer scientist.
Timestamps, you're gonna have to look at the actual timestamp of the video that you create, like where you got it from. I think there's still
Uh-huh.
some like backdoor like there's some like deeper dives you can get to it. But I agree, like the audio recordings, that would be
Yeah.
scary. Like, cause
No,
that,
no, people are going to get away with it at least for some period of time
yeah.
until we catch up with how to understand the encryption. Da 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 da. But um,
Until
yeah.
we get to
Anyway,
that like Chris Pratt movie, the one that just came out in January, where
yeah,
the AI is the judge, the juror, and the executioner, where it's 100% AI. Did
yeah.
you see the trailer for that movie?
Of
I'll
which
send it
one?
to you later.
The
Of
Chris
Chris
Pratt?
Pratt. Yeah, the brand new movie that came out in January where he's
Yeah, I
like
heard it was
trying to
like
prove himself.
complete trash, right?
I heard it was
Like,
awesome.
oh, really? That's so
Yeah.
funny. This is so classic you
This
and
is
me.
so us. This is so us. Anyway, uh
Yeah.
so
Okay. Wait. One more conspiracy theory.
yeah,
Do you think that Mr. Feeny is actually still alive, or do you think that
is it
AI? Yeah.
is it a clone? Lizard person?
Right.
Uh so Bill Daniels,
Sorry, Bill.
when I think of like Mr. Feeny, he's been in front of the camera now since we were kids. He's still out and about. He's still touring. He's still doing Comic Con. He's still doing 90s Con.
Yeah.
Like he's still in front of people telling stories, giving life advice. I'm just trying to think of, has there been like that? Has there been anyone like that in history other than him? And I can't think of one. At least in the last 50 years.
I can't think of one in terms of who's someone who's is like in their 90s. That is like really some crazy shit. I mean, this is gonna sound like a dumb yeah duh comment, but
Yeah.
so he's 99 years old. That means he was born in 1927. Like I
So he was
understand.
alive before World War II.
Oh yeah, like
What's
easily
great
before World War II.
that means he was only
could
he
have
was
could
14
have
years or
served in World War II.
he was
Hold on, let me
14 or
think.
15 years after the Titanic. He
Dude.
just missed the Titanic. That is crazy. What year was he born? 27?
27. Yeah, it's 99 years from now.
What? So the women literally just got the right to vote like 5 years earlier.
Horse and buggies are still found on the street. Ford Model T. I mean, like cars are just coming around. Refrigeration isn't like prevalent widely. You know, televisions haven't been invented yet, and then he becomes known
Prohibition.
for.
Isn't that like right in the heart of Prohibition in 1927?
But look, like he becomes famous for being an actor on a beloved television series, right? He's born and televisions don't even exist. Like his entire future, like isn't even written out as a possibility when he like comes online.
That's insane to think of, like everything that he's seen.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so he's seen literally, what is it, that like 5 wars over that time frame? You had World
Yeah.
War II, you had Vietnam, you had the Gulf War, you had the Afghanistan War, and then I guess the war now. Like, think of just how much he has seen over the past 100 years, going from not even having TV to AI.
And then you show up at a Comic-Con and you ask
Yeah.
him to do a skit. He's
Yeah.
like, fuck out of here.
He did not say that. I didn't even have the courage to ask him. So
that's funny.
but that's amazing. And him and his wife have been married for 75 years too,
Dude,
by the way, which
that's
is wild.
crazy. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Have you seen pictures of him younger?
Was he a good looking dude? Was he a good looking cat?
Yeah, decent looking dude. You know who kind of looks like him?
Are you saying me?
Yeah,
Really?
honestly, because he has like very similar color eyes. He's got the big eyes like you do. I think if you were to
See
like
this.
throw on a little bit of a stash, like you could do a Mr. Feeny impression.
Oh, okay. So I should
I
start
mean-
wearing like a 3-piece suit, like a little, a vest and a tie and nice,
I
nice
think-
jacket.
Yeah, I think you got him on height because Feeny doesn't seem like the tallest dude out there, but
Well, and he's probably shrunk quite a bit now, going to 99 years old.
let's see, how tall was William Daniels? Yeah, 5'7".
That's yeah. Okay, so he's
honestly-
never very tall.
Mr. Feeny, big dick energy. Let's be real, right? Just laying the pipe.
So you were, even though you're a little bit older than me, Boy Meets World was like in the heart of growing up for you,
For sure,
right?
100%,
Like
yep.
TGIF, ABC Fridays, like you were locked in for every brand new Boy Meets World episode.
Yeah, I think that was what 94 to 2001.
I think it was
Something like that.
2000 or 2001. Yeah, it had.
Yeah.
It was either 7 or 8 seasons.
Yeah. So
Um,
that takes me from the ages of 10 to 17. Yeah,
Yeah,
Topanga was
6 to
like one of
13.
my very first like
crushes. Yeah,
easily.
shout out Daniel Fishel. So when we first started seeing Mr. Feeny, it's funny because his character evolved really well in the show as well. He was
Mhm.
kind of just like a hard-nosed teacher, comedic
Yep.
relief, always like Dennis the Menace's like next door neighbor, like, no, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah.
But he was always teaching lessons. I thought that was so cool, especially early seasons, was like, let me
Yeah.
teach you a valuable lesson that's something super easy or to like understand and comprehend. That's
Yeah.
what I thought the show and the writers did a really good job of, is like, oh, here's a plant in a pot. Do you know why I moved the pot from this small pot into this much bigger plant? And it was just like, oh, because it needed to expand, it needed to grow, it needed new learning, it needed new air, like needed new environment. And he would always relate it back to Corey Sean or Topanga, but it was in a way for younger kids to digest, like us, the viewers, to be able to watch and understand, like, oh, that's what he meant by that, or oh, that's a really important life lesson.
Yeah.
And there's so many scenes of like I watched as a kid, and of course I've rewatched as an adult that are just so impactful. Like there was an episode with Sean where Sean ran away to Feeny's cabin and he was just trying to escape. I don't remember the context of why Sean left, but Mr. Feeny, he took out like a piece of canvas and he's like, "Here, try to rip it." And Sean couldn't rip it. He's like, "No, it's impossible." And then he did a little snippet right at the end of the canvas, and then he just showed it how easy it was to rip. And the correlation to was like trust. Like if you have someone's trust, it's really hard to break. But once you break that trust,
Mm,
it's completely
mm.
easy to erode and erase. And it was just like a really cool like metaphor. And he did that so many times throughout the show of like, here's something relatable for you to understand or actual metaphor he would display in front of you. And it was just really cool. And of course, he was like the teacher you kind of didn't like at the beginning, but by the end, he was more than just the next door neighbor. He was part of the family. He was a college professor. It was cool how he followed them throughout all stages of their life on the
Totally.
show
Yeah.
to just keep teaching them lessons, which was epic.
Yeah, I grew up wishing that I had a Mr. Feeny. I definitely had cool teachers that like I looked up to and that acted, in that way. But he was so like it wasn't that he was just a teacher, but he was like your like favorite kind of grandfather, where he was
Yeah.
like was like tough and strict to a degree, but then there was this wise and also warm side to him. Um, yeah, honestly, like as you were talking, it reminded me a little bit of. And they were part of the same TGIF block of Home Improvement.
Oh, yeah.
When I think of Mr.
Mr.
Feeny,
Wilson.
I think of
Yeah.
Wilson, yeah,
Yeah.
over the fence in that same like camera shot, where Tim Allen would basically figure out something because of a conversation with Wilson, and that would often happen with Corey talking to Mr. Feeny.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Over the
it's
fence.
over
That's
the
the
fence,
yeah.
exactly.
It's funny if you do the parallels of that, like, we don't do that very much more as, like, I would say as a society in the
You
United
mean like
States.
talk
You
to your
don't
neighbors kind of thing?
yeah, well, not only just
Yeah,
talk to your neighbors, but, like, talk to your neighbor over the fence. Like, how many
sure.
conversations it's funny, we actually we it's cool because here in my neighborhood, as you've seen, we're actually a pretty close community. We've
Yeah,
made a lot of good friends all around us, and we do actually have a lot of conversations with our neighbors where we're both, like, hanging on the fence, talking. And I think that's more of
that's cool.
like a '90s vibe, but yeah, nowadays, I don't think people talk to their neighbors like that anymore or look for advice from their neighbors. It's pretty closed off, it's private. So it's funny how the classic '90s sitcom was like, "Oh, go talk to your neighbor about whatever's going on in your life right now. Maybe they'll give you some sage wisdom on what you should do." Do you have a favorite scene by Mr. Feeney? Is there one that like impacts you more than any others?
Um, I gotta be honest, like not too much. I guess for me, like, and I know this is why you and I are different, but
Yeah.
my memory is. I feel like I've taken all of the Mr. Feeny that I've consumed, and for me, the memory is now just a feeling.
Mm.
Honestly similar to, probably to some degree why I think so many people are so nice to me when they meet me, because they have this warm memory of like who Johnny was or, any characters that I've played. It's the same with Mr. Feeny. I don't remember a specific thing that he said. I just remember the feeling that that character and that actor who portrayed him like gave me. I'm guessing you have a specific memory.
I get what you're saying, and I think this and I would agree with you. I have that same feeling. Like there are very few deaths, I would say less than 5, like celebrity deaths that have actually
Mhm,
had an impact on me. That I
mhm,
would maybe it's even less than 3. Like the one that hit me the hardest was Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin
mm,
was someone I looked up to as a kid and made me get into biology, wildlife biology for my collegiate degree.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
so, my freshman year of college, when he passed away, I actually cried because I was like, this was someone I truly looked up to as an individual.
Mm,
And I think Mr. Feeny is going to be one of the select few of those people. When I think of Mr.
mm,
Feeny, I think of like a warm, almost like a warm hug, like a warm, like just embrace of someone who's like, I'm here to help you in life. Like I'm your guidance of how to navigate everything in the world. And so
yeah.
when he passes, it's like, that is going to be a legit part of my childhood that is going to be gone. And that's going to just
Mm,
be hard to comprehend because he was just always so impactful, I think, inspirational
yeah.
too. Um, and of course, the one scene, there's a couple scenes. He had a very famous quote of, "If you let other people's perception dictate your behavior, you'll never grow as a person." Like I thought
Mm,
that was super impactful. Of,
mm,
hey, don't worry about what others think. I've really embraced that as an adult. Like, especially with doing content creation. Oh, that's cringe. Oh, you look stupid. Oh, you're on the internet doing dumb things. You shouldn't do that. It's like drowning out the noise of what people are telling you how you should live your life, and you should just live your life, like regardless. Like
bravo.
screw what everyone else tells. But then also just the final scene, like when he has there's the final shot of the show is Mr. Feeney and then Sean and Eric and Corey and Topanga. They're all in the classroom. He's giving each
Yes.
one of them little quips of like life advice.
Yeah.
He's like, do good, and Topanga's like, you mean be good? And he's like, no, do good. Like go out and
Mm,
serve. Go out and be be a leader, be impactful, help the world. And then of course, when they all left, and he's like, he wouldn't say I love you to their faces. He's like, I'm not going to say that. And then after they all left, he's like, I love you all. Class dismissed. And then the show pans out. And it was like, that was like the perfect end. That was like the perfect ending to a show. Like you always are like, you always have criticism on how a show should end. But
mm-hmm.
for me, that was just like, I don't think they could have done any better. Like the empty classroom that they actually started the entire show on, and they all left, and he walked out, and it was just like goosebumps. You're just like, that was cinematic for a
Yeah.
kids TV show to end that way, which was cool because it's interesting is most kids shows stay kid shows, right? They don't
Yeah.
evolve. Like if you think of like, I don't know, like Hannah Montana or iCarly. I'm trying to think of another one, maybe like Even Stevens or That's So Raven. They all stayed in their age. They stayed cheesy. They didn't
Yeah.
grow. The seasons were like, we're gonna take this stitch comedy and stay with it. Boy Meets World grew up with you. As
Hmm.
the people who started watching it, as they
Yeah.
got older, so did the themes of the show. There was an episode where Sean got drunk and he was upset that he didn't have a father, and he had that really impactful
Right.
moment with Corey's dad, where Sean's dad died, or Corey was arguing with his dad about being a married man now and needing his help, and his dad's like, "No, you have to do this on your own." So it was like
Yeah.
you started in elementary school, you got to middle school, high school, and then finally college. I thought it was incredible how the show grew with its audience as opposed to just like, oh, we're a kid show, we're going to stay a kid show.
Yeah.
Because I think they pioneered of like, we're actually going to grow with our audience and trying to just,
Yeah.
instead of sticking with the audience we started with, we
Yep.
want our kids to grow with us. And I think that did a really good job of just like the impact. You could see, I think everybody's watched Boy Meets World who's a millennial.
Totally.
It'd be very hard to say you're a millennial and not seen an episode of Boy Meets World.
Yeah. Be like, where were you? Under what
Yeah.
rock?
Well, yeah. What were you
You
doing
were
Friday nights?
exactly. You were clearly homeschooled. Um, well, couple like random factoids, and then we should move on. But he served as SAG president. So
Really? That's cool for
yeah,
you being a part of SAG. That's dope. When was that, in
totally.
the 80s, 70s? How
No,
long
no,
ago?
no. It was at the end of the run. It was like 99 to 2001. Um,
Wow.
yeah, exactly. Won 2 Emmys.
Good for him.
Also was the voice of Knight
Kit.
Rider of
Yeah,
the car.
you
Which
didn't
is
know that?
wild. I didn't know that.
But yeah, but Bill, happy 99th birthday.
Yeah, man.
Again,
Happy birthday, dude.
I say this in all seriousness. I hope for many more birthdays to come, selfishly. I
Same.
want you here as long as possible. But just thank you for an incredible career and impact on our lives.
Yeah, keep on collecting those checks and
Yeah,
Centurion Club. Like, let's go.
that's crazy. So we're gonna do a new segment now. It's called This or That.
Dun dun dun.
The idea of this segment is we
Yeah,
each
what
get
does that mean?
yeah. So we're just gonna pick two items, topics, people, things that we grew up with that we felt like someone picked a side of.
We're trying to
Go ahead,
keep these like kind of quick hitters, right? Like not
quick
deep
hitters,
dives.
not
And
deep
I have
dives.
no idea what Justin is about to say right now. So I have no idea what the
None.
topics are. You are picking them today.
Correct. And the
Okay.
idea is we each get 30 seconds to say why that was better or why you're that team. We could start it that way, so that way we're not like always disagreeing. We can probably agree on some things.
Nah, the night is young. We shall
No,
see.
no, okay. So we'll go ahead and start with an easy one.
Okay.
Let's go Super Nintendo or Sega.
Wow. I think Super Nintendo was definitely a better console, but I would be lying if I were not to say that that Sega with
Ooh.
Sonic was just so quintessential. Like I just hours. It was just like back then, like having that specific game to just suck all the time to wanting to beat that game in those levels was, I think, honestly, I think that had a higher ceiling for me in terms of fun than any other game that was on Super Nintendo. I think Super Nintendo kind of had more of like the breadth and the width of the gameplay, but I think Sonic was my favorite. So how's that for not an answer?
Oh, I like it. For me, it was Super Nintendo. I do agree. Sega had some crazy games. Sonic, that's my original Sonic on the floor, and my original Sega from when I was a kid. So of course I have memories. But Super Nintendo, I thought wins for me because of one. Donkey Kong is one of my favorite games
Sure.
of all time. But the fact that you could save, like that was important
Mm,
relative to Sega. You couldn't save games,
good
which was
call.
crazy. Like if you wanted to beat Sonic, you had to like have an entire weekend or do like the '90s kid thing where you turn the
Turn
TV
off the
off, but
TV
you
off.
leave the console.
Exactly.
But
100%.
for me, where it's like Final Fantasy got its starts on Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong is
Sure.
one of my favorite games. I have to go with Super Nintendo for
Yeah.
me.
I
Um,
I agree as well.
uh, Blockbuster or Hollywood Video?
You go first.
I'll go Blockbuster. I didn't even know about Hollywood Video as a kid, really. I mean, I saw it later on when I was like in middle school and stuff when we moved out west on the East Coast. I never saw one. So when we lived out in New Mexico, I finally saw a Hollywood Video, but it was always Blockbuster. Like, memories of grabbing the candy, grabbing a movie or a game. And later on in the late 90s, grabbing a card of Pokemon if I was
Yep.
lucky, if they're like, you can buy a Pokemon card pack and then check out. For me, it was always a Blockbuster night. What about you?
Definitely Blockbuster. Hollywood Video, I think that's it's like a porn theater that still exists, right? On Hollywood Boulevard. I think, yeah. So I mean, we should next time, you're in town for the Scrubs, we should definitely go there. Blockbuster for sure. The blue and the yellow, I don't know, iconic. Even the kind of line that you would wait to check out with like all of like the candy. They would have like fresh popcorn there. Um, yeah, I don't know. Can't be beaten.
Uh, we'll go another one. Three Ninjas or Surf Ninjas?
Wow. Well, on one hand, Rocky does love Emily,
Yeah, Tum Tum.
and that is important. On the other hand, Surf Ninjas had brown people in it. So I think I'm just gonna have to go with Team Melanin on this one. Also, like the idea of combining, it's like
A
okay,
Game
yeah,
Gear.
we're like niche within like the genre of ninja, but like can we get out? I just feel like we're always getting pigeonholed in terms of like the type of ninja that I have to be. And it's like, can I be a surf ninja? And that was just really nice to be seen as more than just one thing. We all contain multitudes. Not only am I a ninja, but I'm also a surf ninja with melanin.
I Looking back, Surf Ninjas is such an underrated movie. I don't
It's
think
so
it got
good. It's really good.
I don't think it got the love that it should have. What's funny too is like when you rewatch that, you're like, holy shit, that is a young Dan Schneider. like young Dan Schneider in
Wait,
that movie.
I haven't watched that in years. Yeah,
Are you
but
for
keep
real?
going. Keep going.
Oh,
Keep going. Keep going.
well, but so I think of like for me growing up, I would probably have to pick Three Ninjas. I think there was 3 movies. It was just
Oh, young
I
Rob Schneider is what you meant.
or did I say Dan Schneider?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, yeah.
we'll,
I was
we'll
like,
cut that
wait,
out.
what? Okay.
Rob Schneider, young
Yeah,
Rob
yeah, yeah,
Schneider.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. Of like looking, he was probably in his early 20s in that movie.
Sure.
But no, for me, Three Ninjas. I think it was like it made you believe that any kid could just like learn karate and then beat up an adult. So you just had this like false sense of reality of like, oh, I could take on robbers, no problem. I just need to have some like Mr. Miyagi type training and I'll be good. So I just remember I literally have vivid memories in like Maryland renting that and watching those movies and just going like, hiya! It
Yeah.
was fun as a kid.
Racist.
Wow. Always the race to the
But
political
also,
card.
real quick, the fact that like Ernie Reyes Jr. was in Surf Ninjas, but also in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was like
The second one,
pretty awesome.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was it the first? The second one.
crossover. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So good.
Well,
Well, what a ride! What a ride today. No, we appreciate all you guys for tuning in. It's been really fun for us to try and evolve and learn from all of our mistakes. We appreciate those being patient with us. We're trying to switch things up, figure things out. We're still new to this, so I just want to say thank you for all the support so far. It means a lot, truly.
100%. I'm right there with you. I think I don't know. I love that we're evolving, and I think we've always planned to evolve. So,
Yep.
while I guess we are still new, we've learned quite a bit. I think in our time, and I'm pretty stoked in the ways that we've chosen to evolve. I mean, you and I had a conversation the other day about things that you were thinking of and the ways that we can better ourselves and improve. And honestly, I'm so happy with that because those are the exact same things that I was feeling. And so it's nice to, still be lock and step on the same page.
Yeah, and we've only been doing this for like 7 months. Really, 8 months.
That's true. Yeah.
So we're still infants in this space, but we're gonna get better. We promise. Love y'all. Find us on all of our socials: IG, TikTok, YouTube. Everything's growing, so we really appreciate it. And till next time.
Don't let the signal fade away. You know I'm just one flip away. We laugh, we cried, we press in till we confess again, my friend.